there was his pay. His pay was there. There was the show. Gino was making money. Aaron's making money. And now we had Aaron's money because he had left. And I was under the assumption, I swear to you, that I had given Gino Aaron's money. I truly believe that. Iraq will verify that I am one of the worst businessmen you'll ever know.
Oh, he's walking it back now. He didn't give Gino another red cent because then Gino would be, I have to explain to Garrett and Steve why he didn't give them more money. Guaranteed he gave Gino Bisconte more money when Aaron Berg left. Guaranteed.
I literally, and I swear this, I did not know what anyone at Compound Media was making up until 6 months before the whole thing ended.
No, he knew what I was making. I made it very clear, $100 a week.
I didn't know what anyone made.
You know what I made, you fire? $100 a week.
They could have made $20,000 a year. They could have made $200,000 a year. I had no clue. My fault. I am lazy when it comes to business things. I don't like conflict. Everyone knows that. I don't want to know things. I just want things to continue on.
He must have studied Pat Dixon. He's doing the same thing Pat Dixon did. He's like over-explaining to cover up the fact that he said he gave Gino all the money, all Aaron's bird. Definitely, Gino had to get more money because, like I said, he had to fill the chair. He had to pay Stancil. He wasn't paying Stancil out of his own pocket. So he got more money. That's a fact. Did he get all of Aaron Berg's money? I doubt it.
Of course. So I honestly, I swear to you,
Where are the super chats?
Did not know what anyone was making. And I recall, and I don't know if Gino will remember this, but I do recall saying, like in Sullivan's, when Aaron left, I said, Gino, you don't need a co-host. We don't have to hire anyone. You take Aaron's pay. I know I said that in probably drunk, probably that. And I'm not saying that was a contract. I'm not saying that would happen. That I don't know. I never knew. I assumed that is what happened, but I was mistaken. That money went back into the Compound Media vault. Aaron.
You don't have a vault. Because if you did, Bill Schultz would have been in there. He would have moved into the vault.
Aaron's money, and Gino was paid exactly what he had been making.
That's a lie.
Money went back into the Compound Media.
That's a lie.
Vault.
That's
Aaron's
a lie.
money, and Gino was paid exactly what he had been making prior to Aaron leaving. So for that, I apologize. And I mean that. I'm not goofing. I apologize for saying that.
Guaranteed. Gino, all you got to do is show us pay. Again, I worked there. They pay you monthly. Show us pay stubs before Aaron left and after Aaron left. That's all you got to do. And then we'll all believe you. I know he got more money. Did he get all of Aaron's money? Probably not. Because at that point they were cutting costs. That's why Iraq, middle manager, killer, Iraq was there. Iraq was there to cut costs. They cut everybody's show. They didn't replace anybody. But Gino got more money to at least pay guests.
On Kevin Brennan's show. I know. For that, I apologize. And I mean that. I'm not goofing. I apologize.
His volume's a little low. I turn it up as much as I could, so don't get mad at me.
For saying that on Kevin Brennan's show.
On Kevin Brennan's award-winning #1 show. Why can't I get bigger names on #1?
I know it gave Brennan fuel, but Brennan apologized. And I mean that. I'm not goofing. I apologize for saying that on Kevin Brennan's show. I know it gave Brennan fuel, but Brennan, it's so funny. Kevin put out probably 5 clips of me doing his show. Because I understand. Look, I'm no dummy.
I don't do clips. He's giving me credit for making clips. I don't make the clips. People made clips. They don't work for me. I don't make a single clip. He's out of his mind. He's on the sauce again. Brennan put out clips. I didn't. In fact, I had to put the show on Rumble because Chad came in at the end.
I know I bring viewers to other probably 5 clips of me doing his show. I know it gave Brennan fuel, but Brennan, it's so funny. Kevin put out probably 5 clips.
I could sue him for defamation. Kevin put out probably 5 clips. I didn't put out any clips. I don't know how to do it. I'd have to go to YouTube and learn how to put out clips
of me doing his show. Because I understand. Look, I'm no dummy. I know I bring viewers to other people's shows. And I'm not even being like, I'm not saying that.
Sounds a little bit like that.
All I'm saying is when I do other people's shows, their viewership goes up.
My numbers went up that day. My numbers did go up. That's why Cumia is an idiot to do Shuli shows for free. Is he going to do trainables? My numbers did go up. I think the max he did 1,200 that day. Yeah, I wrote it down. I always write down the max because YouTube will tell you what the max viewership was for the episode. So I wrote it down. I think it was about 1,200, which is we usually do max probably about 800. So yeah, it was 50% higher. That's a fact. The YouTube money was higher, but YouTube me, so it wasn't that much higher. The net wasn't that much higher. But that's why Cumia should charge Shuli. I would love to pay Cumia $100.
It's just the way it is. And Kevin understands that. And he put out various clips from my appearance on his show to get more hits.
Anthony, I'm a fan, but Kevin didn't put out any clips. There are clips. Different people. Stalin 19 put out. I think Doom put out. I think My Los Angeles put out. I think Misery Loves Clips put out. So maybe that's why he made a mistake. Because Gino used to think I ran Misery Loves Clips. So I think Misery Loves Clips put out clips. So he thinks that's my channel. I guess honest mistake, honestly.
I get it. And Kevin understands that is when I do other people's shows, their viewership goes up. It's just the way it is. And Kevin understands that. And he put out various clips from my appearance on his show to get more hits. I get it. Other people that I don't even know where these accounts came from, they put clips of myself on Kevin's show. And I can understand how Gino probably got pissed because he sees these clips. He sees people talking about it, the comments that I said he was making twice the amount that we paid him after Aaron left. Again, I apologize. But
oh, good. There's a big but. I can't wait. Bottle of red. Oh, he's drinking the IPAs. What are they called, Carls?
When Gino started talking about loyalty.
Thank you. I have a feeling this is going to be gold. And he's live now, so you can't even take this down to stick it to me. So go ahead, Anthony.
Like I was when Gino started talking about loyalty. Like I was disloyal to Gino for
He's right. He's disloyal for paying Gino hundreds of thousands of dollars over the 7 years, 8 years, 9 years that he was there.
Saying that on Kevin's show. I really believe that you have to probably weigh the previous decade of loyalty over what I said on Kevin Brennan's show.
Right.
Maybe you could go,
it's a tie.
Loyalty seems pretty solid. This, I don't know. He said something about how much money I was making. And then to kind of claim that he now just can say loyalty. Suck my dick, Anthony, I think was one of the things he
He
said.
did say it.
That kind of got me because I consider Gino not just
Wow, he's getting choked up. And to be perfectly fair with Anthony is good at recalling, putting the equation together. Like I explained it before. When I quit the first time, Anthony basically told that whole weekend what he did, and so he's pretty good at, lining up the logical explanation for, like, okay, this is what happened. He's basically going to lay it out what happened with Gino. And like I said, my experience with Cumia has been he's pretty good at this stuff, where he's not gonna like embellish it. He's just gonna tell you what happened, and now he's gonna tell you what happened. So this is absolute gold. Thank you, Anthony Cumia. If I just Venmo, I'd send him $100 right now.
Just a business partner, a coworker, a friend. I've been out with Gino on occasions that had nothing to do with work and had some of the greatest times drinking and laughing.
When I would do Cumia show, or like before I worked there on the Thursday, before I was doing the Thursday on a regular, if I dropped in the Cumia show and then we went to the bar and Gino was there, they were great times. Not only were they great times, Gino and Cumia would go karaokeing. They wouldn't ask me because they know that's probably not my thing. I could invite him myself. I'm not like Ray Devito with Michael Che and Mark Norman at the stand where they're like, we're going to see Chappelle at Madison Square Garden. And Ray could have been like, hey, can I go? They would have been like, no. But I could have gone karaokeing with these guys because they would have probably loved it if I went. Just me singing, and they would have videotaped it and played it everywhere. But Cumia and these guys are tight. This is Eric Roberts and Pope of Greenwich Village. Eric Roberts and Mickey Rourke. I mean, these guys are tight. They would go literally, the night would never end. They would go karaokeing and then not close. They would have to get in a cab and go uptown. One of the sad parts about them leaving is like they were great times. Getting drunk, like when we did the football show, that was one of the best times I ever had in my life. And there's on the clip, I'm saying, if I'm killed on the way home, tell my wife that I died doing what I loved. That's how great that night was. And I was hammered. But Cumia is a great guy to hang out with when you're drinking. And Gino is too. So Cumia is not embellishing at 1% here.
I've been out with Gino on occasions that had nothing to do with work and had some of the greatest times drinking and laughing and everything. And I would never say anything on a show to anyone privately. I defy any one of my friends or family or anyone to come forward and say, oh, I remember when you shit talked Gino. And it's never been done. I went on Kevin's show. I said something that I believed was true.
He probably like he said, he probably did tell Gino, you don't need a co-host. Well, you can have Aaron's money, blah, blah, blah. And he probably thought that was what happened. And then between that and everything that was going on, and Cop Media wasn't doing great, and E-Rock is an idiot, and then the heart attack or the heart procedure, he probably got some details mixed up with what he was paying Gino. It makes total sense to me. And I'm not dick riding him. But you guys know I love the guy. I said it on my last show when he was on. I go, I love you, man. Or whatever they say on the Bud Light commercials. Like Cumia is a fantastically funny guy, and this is a fact. And like I said, he usually gets when he's telling a story, he usually gets the details pretty much on point.
Through my own irresponsibility in my own business. And now I know better. I checked all the numbers, and yeah, you're right. You're right. You did make more money than you'd ever make anywhere else.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I gotta say that.
Gino didn't make any money until Cumia paid him. That's a fact. Gino didn't. He was on the Artie Lang show. They didn't pay him. Dan Filato confirmed that. Gino never got paid. Didn't make any money as a stand-up before this or after this. The only time he ever made money in his career was this.
There's no podcast. I was paying everyone radio station wages.
Not me.
You get a job at an FM radio station. That's what I was paying people.
No, not people. He was paying Aaron Berg and Gino Bisconte that, and Dave Landau that. But again, it's not a living wage in New York. That's why people quit, or Dave Landau quit, Aaron Berg quit, because to Cumia, it's if he's paying them $70,000 a year, I mean that's a lot of money for the fact that they're not really bringing anything in
at Compound Media. Yeah. Production crew, on air, not everyone, I get it. Some people were doing a show 1 day a week, kind of throwing it on. I get it. But there were people on there making radio station wages.
Yeah, radio station in the 90s. If you like when he got a job in Boston, he was probably making $35,000 a year, which he didn't care because it was better than 10 knocking. So he's comparing to that. But it is a lot of money out of Cumia's pocket. He paid an extraordinary amount of money out of his pocket for these clowns.
So, griping that I was saying that it was twice that much, I get it. I understand. Like I said, I was wrong there. I was wrong. But truth be told, to then after that get on and say, suck my dick, Anthony. Gino.
Beavis.
That was a little harsh.
Especially for the Italians. They don't like that kind of talk, right?
There's a clip from, I guess, his diatribe on Garrett and Steve's show where it's like, what? And I get Garrett and Steve. I love those guys. I wouldn't shit talk them. But they were trying to get a little rise. They were trying to get a little TMZ bump.
TM Zuma, getting a plug here with Anthony.
Hey, what's that, Gino? Talking about?
Yeah, well, they got to be fair. And listen, I'll say this to my dying day. Garrett at Compound Media was one of the great employers. I mean, great employees of all time. Not just at Compound Media, just at any job I've ever had or any job I've ever heard. I mean, literally, Garrett should be working at the White House. Garrett's so competent, he should literally be working at a high-level profile job. Government job, running the FBI, or not running it, but maybe third in command.
About Anthony? Ooh, shit-talking Anthony? Let's put it on my...
Listen, you can't put that on Garrett and Steve. Gino was chomping at the bit. Gino's dumb like Pat Dixon's dumb. These guys talk, and they think that's their job to just talk nonsense. And again, yeah, he's right. I mean, Gino doesn't have the thing to stand on when it comes to Cumia and loyalty. Everybody saw right through that. Loyalty. The guy's been paying you. The guy's been paying your rent for 10 years.
I get it. They get it. This is no secret in the radio, podcast, broadcast business. Yeah. I'm sure when Garrett and Steve had Gino on and Gino's ready to shit talk me, they were creaming. That's a great get. I get it. For the podcast thing. I'm not talking, if it's a big show or something, it really doesn't matter in the greater sense of the galaxy. But I get it. They're probably like, oh, that's huge. And I get that. And Gino was talking about how I should have hired at least Garrett to go to
wow, he's covering everything.
TV and be the producer and stuff. And I mean, how many times did I have to say it? How many times did I have to explain that after 10 years of Compound Media, I was done with any type of overwatch on anything. I didn't want to be responsible for a.
Listen, I'm sorry to keep stopping, but I get it, man. I did. Listen. My career is a joke. My career is shit. But I've done 650 shows. I looked it up in the last 2 years since Labor Day, since New Year's Eve 2022 to New Year's Eve 2024. I did 650 shows. And I'm like tired. I'm like tired on a different level that I've ever been tired before. Cumia did this for 20 years with Opie, and then he did 10 years of Compound Media. I get it. He's like, I don't want to deal with anything anymore.
Business. I didn't want to have to worry about logistics. I didn't want to worry about payroll. I just wanted to do a show and get paid for it. So to say, like, why didn't you bring him over to do? How does someone not understand what a guy of my age wants to do with his life?
Plus, you just had a heart procedure. Jesus Christ, have a little mercy on his soul, Gino, and his heart.
At this point in my life, I want to sit here 4 days a week for an hour and a half and spout about black people. And just do my show.
He gets him.
To bring other people on board, you should have taken Garrett and Steve, and then I could have been part of it. No. Compound Media was over. Done. I was now going to do my show as a partner in Censor.tv that didn't have to rely on worrying about anything.
Gino, he just had a heart procedure, quadruple bypass. I mean, that kind of, right, Dr. Steve, right, Sorcerer? Doesn't when that happens, you go like, all right, let me get my priorities straight. He's not worried about Garrett and Steve or Eve.
As far as the workings of the show, the personnel that makes the show go on, I turn my camera on Monday at 4:30. I turn it off Thursday at 6 p.m. That's all I want to do. And if you call that greedy or selfish or narcissistic or self-serving, then I could say, suck my dick. Because I've earned that. I've earned the right to not have anyone else dependent on me.
That's true.
I did a great job over the course of the years, having people depending on me and doing that job.
Wow.
But at this point in my life, with everything that's gone on and 10 years of having a great business and a great time with some great people, why the f am I obligated to bring people with me and do this and pay that and make sure this one's taken care of? How dare you even insinuate that?
This is incredible.
At this point in my life, after everything I've done. Thank you. Gino was demanding I say thank you to him. And I have many times. Thank you. Gino stepped in for me when I was out because of health things or obligations. I had to go somewhere. Gino would step up and do my show. Thank you, Gino. It was a great, fun time. They end. Fun times end.
He's telling the truth, because Opie and Anthony, I wasn't a part of it, but it seemed like the greatest time ever. So he's already been through that. So Compound Media ending, he's already been through Opie and Anthony ending. So he's been through that. So it's like, is it great that it's ending? No, but shit ends.
Every single great time I've ever had in my life at some point has ended. It's called being an adult and knowing that things end.
Wow.
And you don't turn around then and shit on the magic carpet that was supplying the good time.
Wow.
It ended. Move the on. That's how that shit works.
Somebody said in Cumia's chat, what is a Geno?
And you want to talk about a couple of other things? I was asked, Anthony, could we use the TriCaster cameras, microphones, soundboard, monitors, computers to do our show? This was all stuff that was going to be shipped down to Censor.tv. When we merged, Censor.tv took control of all the hardware that was in Compound Media. Suck my dick, Anthony Cumia said, of course. Take it. Take thousands of dollars in equipment so you guys can set a show up. They're still using it. I've never asked about it. I've never asked for money about it. And I've never asked them for it back. And I never will. It's theirs. I gave it to them. I have no regrets over giving it to them. That's suck my dick, Anthony. Jesus.
He's just going, he's not going off of notes. Cumia's just riffing. How long has this been on? It's been on for a while. He's very compelling personality, especially compared to Joe Biden.
And here's another little thing. You name me one company that would allow you to take your broadcast library from a decade and be able to play that on your new platform that doesn't involve me. I make no money off of it.
Either does Gino. So you guys got that in common. Gino thought the In Hot Water catalog was going to like the Bob Dylan catalog. It's going to be worth $600 million.
You're taking intellectual property.
Yep.
Copywritten material.
Yep.
From my company.
Yep.
And playing it on your platforms now.
Yep.
Without me saying a word. And again, I'll never say a word. Take it, use it, God bless. Make a fortune off of it.
He didn't.
I'm Suck My Dick Anthony. Really? Find one company. Viacom CBS wanted $1 million for Opie and Anthony's NEW shows. And we had to look at our agent and go, are they out of their minds? No. I gave every single clip, every show for 10 years to anyone that wants it. Garrett and Steve play The Dump. They play clips from other shows, them behind the booth. Have I ever said those are mine?
And Ivar, he puts up old burning bridges, and they could take them down. They don't. They leave them up.
They are mine. Tomorrow, I can stop anyone from playing any clips from Compound Media on their show. I would never do that. I'm Suck My Dick Anthony, Gino. I'm Suck My Dick Anthony. Interesting.
New title.
Interesting.
Suck My Dick Anthony. He's not even drunk. He is pissed. You got his Italian going, Gino. Anthony, you got to put the super chats. I try to teach that to your boy Steel Toe.
Hi, Ant. This is Age of Carl. Thanks. Send Kevin Brennan the link. Save him from another late night Saturday show with morbidly obese comic Ray DeVito. You know what's so f***ed up about Ray DeVito?
Wow, he said his name. Thank you, Stalin. He said Ray DeVito's name.
Besides the fact that he's just Ray DeVito.
He's Italian?
For an instant, when I see DeVito, when I'm scrolling, I go like, ugh. And then I see it's Joe DeVito, who is one of the funniest comics I've ever known. When he's on Gutfeld's show, he's hilariously funny. He's been great every single time he's been on the Anthony Cumia show. He still keeps in touch. He's not one of these guys. And then I see the name DeVito, and I'm like, oh, it's Ray DeVito. Oh, ugh. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to save Kevin from that age of quarrel. But thank you for the, super chat.
Well, thank you, Stalin, because I was gonna jump off. Well, Ray DeVito, he's kind of neato.